do that. I say either get in and work hard or get out. I got in and worked hard. And I did get national movement from 96% to 93 or 4% of expenditures for political funds for Republicans. The stats are about a third each of Republicans, Democrats, and independents. So I do believe we can make a difference. And I have been running this and working this hard for the last 10 years. And I'm starting to get notice that on Facebook has been wonderful that people are saying, oh yeah, that's that lady who's running for superintendent of public instruction. But I didn't just start last year. I've been working this really hard since '98. When my kids were raised and I had the time to, because I'm just one teacher, I'm on 335,000. And I was elected one of the top 25 as a state delegate, even though I'm a Republican. I was number 23, 24, and 25 several times. I never was number one. But I was working hard at it, and I want you to know that I will continue working hard at it in this office and focusing and having consistency. I was an athlete. I was often the anchor swimmer, and endurance was my strength. So endurance is my strength here, to be consistent with working with others, to bringing in people to help us effectuate change.
Can we take just 2 more questions? Because
sure, whatever your
we have 4 or 5 more speakers here.
Whatever your pleasure.
Any other questions for Diane?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to take up more time, but when you talked about getting parents involved, I mean, that seems to be one of the biggest obstacles. When you have single mothers in the inner city raising 5 children and working 2 jobs, how are you going to get them involved?
There's one thing we did that was really very successful, and it only took 2 times to make it successful, was we had mandatory parent orientation meetings every fall. And we had our interpreters for the various languages, usually Spanish and Vietnamese.
How were they mandatory?
And we had
what happened if they didn't come?
Well, they just didn't come, but we had a booklet whereby we distributed at that time that told what we expected parents to do to help us, and what we expected students to do, and how they could contact us via email or our websites or whatever, and that we had people who could speak their language. So it was an orientation meeting to help them to know that we wanted them to work with us in a friendly manner, and I mean, we filled the gym.
Oh, good. And so the response
So
was
the parents came. Because most parents really want to help their kids, they just don't know what to do.
That's what I was going to say. It seems like we need to bring something from the outside to help these parents also.
To know what to do.
Not expect them to get involved, yeah, because
they don't know where to
what
get
to do and they're
involved.
overwhelmed with their own lives.
Right, and we had a parents' corner
So
right
they
on our
said, and
campus.
these women are sending their boys to the black Muslims because at least they're getting disciplined. And in the meantime, they're turning into radicals.
That really became heavy in the youth authority too.
Well, I'll tell you what we did when I was teaching. Each teacher was assigned 5 families to go visit.
I had
And
40.
I started teaching in Willowbrook.
I had 40. And if
Well,
I
mean,
needed to call them up,
There were 50 teachers.
I had my cell phone on me, and they got called right there in class. And I drove to many of their homes, and I followed up. If I didn't get an answer, I proceeded until I got an answer.
That's what we need.
You
But
need
how many
persistence.
teachers are willing to do that?
We're gonna have to be. We have to train our
Yeah.
young teachers. That's what it's gonna take.
Diane, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
I want everybody to know that I've been following Diane's career very carefully. Because I am, like a lot of you out here that are educators connected with schools, we're at the end of our road. We need somebody that's been there, done that, has some innovative ideas to radically change. I mean 180 degrees from what it's been. 50% dropout rate, gangs. We have 100,000 gang members, Diane, in LA County. That's what Mike Antonis told me. Every one of them is a specialist at some sort of weapon. And it's like a mercenary army.
And they all share their information. Train each other.
So anyway, we've got a daunting project ahead of us. Diane, God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now I have some things together.